Sponsored by Miller Lite. The ones that aren't cracked and spilling, we're drinking. Coming in hot. So, Friday Night Pints, the 30th episode of Friday Night Pints. Cheers. 30 in the bank, baby. So, shout out to Miller Lite, who's gotten down with us from pretty much the very beginning. Everybody's good. Cheers, cheers. Thank you to everybody here. Yeah, man. My man Roan, we just did Behind the Blog together this past week, so I hope a lot of you got to know who the homie Roan is.
Classic. Thank you for the downloads. You set me up with a bunch of downloads.
Yeah? Were people downloading?
Yeah, there was
I like to see that, man. I forgot that you had just dropped the EP when we did that interview.
Yes, sir.
So we just did that. You know everybody else. The new guy here is Reggie. Reggie's running Kicks in the Office for me, so he's doing a lot of sneaker content as well as working with Dion. And I'm sure they got you doing a whole other host of shit, right?
You know, $1 million worth of game stuff going on.
Getting in trouble with Bailey.
Getting in trouble with Bailey.
Yeah, that's...
But we're good now, look. So, don't call it a comeback.
I heard you got to get a tattoo. Is this true?
I do, yeah. So I tweeted 3K likes, I'll get Bailey's face tattooed.
I mean, that's a rookie mistake.
Yeah,
that's like, bro,
you have a lot of tattoos?
Yeah, I got Bruce Lee tattooed on my back. Like, I got my first tattoo when I was 13.
Bruce Lee is like...
Probably about that big. He's doing a flying kick.
I mean, but okay, here's the thing. Bruce Lee, cool guy.
He's not.
Yeah, like Carlin. I don't know if those are comparable, you know?
The tweet did exactly what I wanted it to do. And that, like, I don't care about, like,
you wanted a
small,
tattoo.
Yeah, like,
So where are you going to get it?
I mean, I don't know. I'm going to get it, like, back here, back of my elbow, or something. Yeah, I don't really.
All right. And are you going to just get, like, his
go
face?
like under the arm.
I'm looking, I'm thinking.
Bottom of my foot, man.
So he tweeted, like, he wouldn't make me get the face. It's like a vegetable or something. But, like, I'm down to live up to my word and get. So, like, if we can find someone to draw, like, a silhouette, maybe.
Okay.
So it's not, like, I'm not going to pay
like, who's that chick on your arm?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh,
Maybe
wow,
like the NBA logo of Twitter. Bailey Carlin holding a
Shadow.
phone.
How about clean-shaven Donnie over here? You're freaking me out, man. Right?
Yes. Yeah, I look about
He looks like Drew.
10 years younger, I think.
He does
I'm
look
clean
like
shaven.
Drew. I mean, when was the last time you were clean-shaven?
It's been a while.
Yeah, I feel like
I got very shaggy over quarantine.
Yeah.
But it's cool. Like if I'm like somewhere and I'm not wearing shades and I'm clean shaven, no one will have zero idea. Like I've had people walk up to me and they're like, "Is Wonton Don here?" And
Really?
I'm like, "Oh, that's."
Yeah, I mean, I bet if you took your shades off right now, like when Bob Fox took his glasses off and his hat off during Jenga, I was like, what the fuck? I mean, totally different person. You'd probably be the same way.
Yeah, no, it works. I've had some people, they'd be like, I'm like, I'm Donnie. Like, no, you're not. I'm like, no, I am. They're like, no, you aren't. And then I have to go, hey, how are you? And then they're like, holy shit, it's fucking Donnie.
How could they not tell? That's almost like the Superman, like glasses on, glasses off. Like, you should be able to tell.
Like I can see if you didn't realize it was him, but once he says I'm Donnie, I'm like, oh yeah, it's him. But
You did have some of the best hair in the office too. I'm glad that you trimmed that up a little bit because like you had to pull that back a little. You were just embarrassing everybody else.
Yeah, Donnie's a member of the Fleischman gang now.
Brandon just went today.
I know, man. The roster forever grows. Go to FleischmanSalon.com/shop and you can get the gummies and whatnot. But today we're drinking Miller Lite, the most drinkable beer, great taste, less filling, only 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. It's brewed in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, so you know it's the good stuff. I mean, they've been so good to us with KFC Radio and Friday Night Pints, Mail Time, and basically everything from our camp Miller Lite has gotten down with. So if you're down with us, you should be down with them. You can go to MillerLite.com/pints, I believe, is that up there? FNP. MillerLite.com/FNP, and you can find all the delivery options, because right now, in the beautiful world we live in, some people look at it as a negative, like I can't go to the bar, I can't go out. I look at it as you can get beer right to your doorstep now. Just appears, and you've got yourself a 12-pack of Miller Lite. So drink responsibly, celebrate responsibly, of course, but get down with Miller Lite because they support all the things that we do and make shows like this happen. I mean, Friday Night Pints has been one of the biggest things for us in quarantine, and they jumped on, and they're basically making it happen. So if you like this show, get down with Miller Lite. Today we're going to be doing Skittles Zombie Pack. So everybody open up their pack. So the deal here is...
this is some lowering the bar shit.
Yeah, this is lowering the bar. Is Vibs here? It literally is.
Some taste like rotten zombie.
Right, so a couple are just going to be gross. So as we, steady eat them, you can announce when, just let the people know when you get a shitty one. So,
Yep. First
shitty
one.
one.
Wait, that just fits
Was it bad? Yeah. What does it taste like?
Tastes like.
Reggie got one.
Reggie, a friend.
Wow.
Good to see ya.
Weak stomach, huh? Wow. Go ahead. Go puke. Go puke.
I think Reggie just
Here,
doesn't like Skittles.
I got a bucket. You can take on camera.
I think that's a normal flavor.
Wow.
Skittles.
He really just let it rip.
Oh my God!
Welcome, Reggie.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Dude, they're not that bad.
Full on puke.
And he's smiling. He's totally fine.
You're right.
Puker, bro.
Apparently, yeah.
Oh yeah, immediately. That's yeah.
I don't know if I
Oh
want
my
to
God.
continue to eat these.
I was gonna say, I thought it was gonna be
wouldn't
funny.
either.
I thought it was gonna be a funny thing every like 10, 15 minutes. Someone would be like, "Oh, yeah, oh, yeah."
Oh my God.
So you haven't had one yet.
No, I don't think that was a normal flavor. I mean, it tasted kind of like
I thought it was
dirty in
citrus
that
at
weird
first,
flavor we
yeah.
had.
Here, everybody gets a puke bucket too. Everybody can get a fucking.
I might
don't wanna do
be.
that. I
I
don't wanna do
might be
that
not doing this
Here
thing.
you
I don't
go.
want to do that anymore.
That was bad.
Between those two reactions,
You have to.
I
You have
immediately
to.
like it was a poison frog I put in my mouth. My
my
tongue just
God.
slid
That
right
bad
out.
PFD?
It's not good. Like my mouth knew not to continue to chew on it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm 2 for 2. I'm gonna pause for a moment.
Zombie roulette.
That was,
Jesus.
that was
I'm
perfect.
happy I got that out of the way. We're done with that.
Oh.
Well, I will say this much. I mean, it says some of them. It's not just one.
Yeah.
So you still got some Skittles to go. Nah, I'm fucking with you. You're good.
I
You paid your price.
Yeah, that's.
Wow, that really does feel. If I were you, I would have thought that was like some sort of like trickery hazing. Like I gave you the ugly bag, like the really bad bag.
That's like a dangerous thing that Skittles was doing, just like having some of their machines set to make
Yeah,
flavored
what?
zombies.
Well, usually when Viv's does these, it's like some fucking, town in China. This is a mass-produced.
Yeah.
Like if Reggie was, like an
there it is.
8-year-old kid,
That would not be a good time.
Yeah, I just got,
You got one?
There's
tastes like
definitely
a
like
sock.
a bag
sock,
with a
right?
full
the bottom of a foot.
zombie one in there. Like someone out there got a full bag of
Ooh.
zombies.
Oh
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
It's like
I'm
toads.
kind of excited to get one.
I'm-
You're nervous. I can see it in your face.
I'm legitimately very
It's like a
nervous.
garlic sock flavor, like
garlic
old
sock,
sock. Yeah, you know.
I'm too
We'll
stupid.
have to splice that into the video so people can see. You got to send that to Nick. Wow, what a start. I'm spilling beers, you're puking, like coming in hot for episode 30.
Good Friday.
It is Halloween, well, the 30th, and person dressed up. You're still struggling, huh?
It's so fucking bad. It's so
Wash it down
bad.
with a Frosty Miller Lite.
Wait, who's dressed
I
up
feel
there?
like I can smell it.
I didn't see anybody dressed up.
So,
saw someone
can
who
you,
was so
can you yell
confused.
for him to come? Grab
Michelangelo.
Michelangelo.
I think this might
Oh,
be
was he dressed up?
He was in costume,
He
and I
was,
had
he's,
no
he's
idea
Tony
why.
Perkins from
Fat Camp?
Heavyweights,
Oh,
full
Heavyweights.
blown.
Okay.
Like he's got the neon shirt on with a wig and a headband and he was just walking around.
That's
No.
it?
No, you wouldn't.
That's it. You
Now
can't.
you're just
you
you're
think it
questioning
is,
whether or
and then
not
it's
you
not.
like Skittles.
It-
anymore.
This is like a placebo effect now,
No, I think this is black cherry.
which is just a gross flavor. Yeah.
No, you're gonna
Black
know
cherry's
when you
just
know. It's like old laundry. It's wet
Yeah.
laundry. It's terrible.
So Mike was walking around a minute ago and he was like, he was doing like the George Michael. He was like, I sure wish more people dressed up today. It's always a dicey, like if you're the only one who dresses up. And it would be him. There he is. You want a Miller Lite? Sure.
I thought it was for like a vid you're filming today. You're like,
No, it's just
Halloween.
Halloween. Which
Ever heard
you
of
would
it?
assume like I work at a fun place. We're not like at a a corporate stuffy cubicle. I think there's another mic.
I would think this would be the number
but you
one
would think
place
that you would dress up, right?
where people
Yeah.
would dress up, yeah.
but
I got nervous on Wednesday that I didn't have anything, so I ordered $90 worth of this shit on Amazon.
Well, that costs you
definitely not
90
worth
bucks.
it.
It looks like a homemade one.
The fanny pack was pretty
Pop that on your.
expensive.
You got nervous? That's so
I got
crazy
nervous.
that you got nervous. No one's dressed up.
Well,
Not
the
a
last
single
time people
person.
didn't dress up. Dave was
You don't know
pissed
how
and
to do
about
this.
to fire
This is what you
him.
do for a living.
I know.
Man.
I've never done it to myself.
They say give them a stick.
All right, stick mic because you're a clown who can't do your own
Give him
job.
a fanny pack.
Take a
Isn't that
stick.
weird? He doesn't know how to put mics on. He's Mike.
No, I
He's
didn't.
a
Really
video
strange,
guy.
yeah.
I would have figured it
It's
out.
like tie to tie.
It is.
The other way around.
Oh yeah, like doing it to somebody like
your
in
dad
front.
to
When I
Yeah,
tie my
mic on.
kids'
Yeah.
shoes, I have to like reach around them. I can't tie shoes from front on. It's tough. By the way, have you ever tried to tie a shoe where if you do a loop, like I always do a loop with my right hand, have you ever tried to loop it with your left hand?
I don't do loops.
I know, you're weird.
Bunny ear?
No, I don't
He
do
does
You
some
chase
weird.
around.
No, so I guess I do a loop.
Loops with a pull.
I mean, I'll do it on camera. I think
I
when you said
remember you doing something strange, but wow, I'm impressed you got the leg up
Me
there.
too. It's like this.
That's the regular cross, and then you. Yeah. That's
Okay.
So try to do that with your
Yeah.
opposite hand. Try to loop with the other hand and wrap around. It's like for me, it was like impossible. I literally couldn't do it. Yeah, right. That's a weird. That's a weird one. I don't even know why we're talking about that. Oh, because so you can remember. Anyway, it's a great costume. I feel bad because like everyone's just like, oh, you're the loser who dressed up and no one else dressed up. But if we were dressing
I don't think
up,
you're a loser for
not the
dressing
loser,
up,
but like, the point is that you dressed up when no one else did. When I think the point should be Tony Perkins is a great costume.
Thank you.
I mean, if you know the
if
movie,
you know.
if you haven't seen Heavyweights, which we're at a weird point in time with movies at Barstool here. I found out that several people have not seen Dumb and Dumber.
That's weird.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's. I thought you
Nick
were going to
Hamilton
say.
has not seen Dumb and Dumber.
I thought you were going to say Hocus Pocus, to which I'm
No,
not
no.
sure I've seen Hocus Pocus.
That one I concede. Like it's a kids movie. It's weird. It seems like girly.
Seasonal.
Seasonal. Fine. Whatever. I like it. It's a Halloween classic to me. But
I've
a lot of
definitely seen
people
parts
haven't
of Hocus Pocus, by the way. I just don't know if I've seen the full movie.
But Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber, like,
Nick Hamilton hasn't seen it. Nick Tarani hasn't seen it. Trista was like, I've seen it. It's not good.
That's probably started Dumb and Dumber.
No. That's trash. Dumb
that
and Dumber.
was a
But
bad
Dumb and Dumber.
I only saw that once. I did laugh more than
Dumb and Dumberer?
Yeah.
Well, there was Dumb and Dumberer, and then there was
Came
Dumb
out
and
in
Dumber
high school.
2.
I think it, like,
Yeah.
was
Dumb and
all
Dumberer
five.
is real.
I got another one. Fuck. I'm sorry, go ahead.
But I
Dumb and Dumber, if
I
you're
don't like
talking
the
like
movie
comedies,
shame.
it's one of the
I mean,
like
it's
you
up
have to see.
All the time.
Right?
I
you
watched it
zombies.
again like 3 weeks ago. It was on cable, even on cable, where they had to like censor it a little bit. It's still very, very funny.
I feel like movies like Dumb and Dumber are better on cable, where like there's a different feeling you get, which is why it sucks when we're going into like the cord cutting situation. Like there's a feeling you get when it's just like, oh fuck, like Con Air's on TV.
'Cause I found
and
it.
you'll watch
I found it on
That's
TV.
so
It's
true.
like,
it's
I will
successful
see
on
right
demand at all
place,
time.
right
Like,
time,
it's
yeah.
different getting it on
100%.
demand. Like
I
when you
will
fall
watch
onto it.
Braveheart for 4 fucking hours on TNT with all the commercials and all the edits.
That's
The Patriot's
another one.
another one.
Do you know the
Patriot's
Patriot
one.
on Rotten Tomatoes is an audience score of like 72%?
Oh, I thought you were going to
They
say
must
the
not have
opposite.
TNT.
I thought I was going to say it was low and you're offended by it.
Well, no, I think so. I am offended by it. It is low.
72 for
that's
the Patriots higher
shockingly
than I thought it
low.
would be.
I
The
think that's
Patriots-
right on the money. for
Yeah.
the Patriots.
Really?
I think
Yeah.
they
You
do.
like the Patriot?
The Patriot
I
is
love
like
that.
Is
Patriot's
this the
good,
Mark
but
Wahlberg?
it's-
No,
that's
Patriot Day.
Patriot
Day.
is Mel Gibson
Gibson.
in like
Oh,
Revolutionary
It's
yeah,
War.
Braveheart
yeah.
too. So he does the
Yeah,
exact same
Braveheart
thing
is
he does in
really good.
Braveheart, except
But-
he's wearing a wig now.
But Braveheart was like Academy Award, I think nominated and regarded. The Patriots not. The Patriots like it's good, but it's not.
Instead
it's
of
not on that
seeing
level.
Oh, I think
boobs
it's
for the
I know
first
you do,
time.
but I'm saying the
That dude gets his head taken off with a cannonball.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
We talked about this with Josh Gad, I think, on KFC Radio.
Mm-hmm.
The Patriot is me and my dad's Christmas Eve movie. No, Christmas night movie.
What is that flavor supposed to be?
Yeah,
It's like we leave our
zombie
family
flavor.
party, we
It's
go
like
home,
it's a prank.
and we just watch The Patriot. It was like the first rated R movie I ever got on DVD for Christmas, and like it was like, let's put it in, and we're like, all right, let's do it. And we just, it's not like an annual tradition, but like pretty
That's what
regularly
makes you
we'll
think.
pop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's good to have
get a boner
positions
with
like
the-
that. I like
the
that.
family. That's
it's a weird Christmas
it's-
movie, no doubt.
Yeah, no
But
doubt. It's a war-filled violence.
Where all his sons die.
I was gonna say like the family gets just decimated by violence.
Not
But
all
okay,
his sons,
yeah.
one of the little one lives, right?
All-time
Yeah.
villain
Spoiler.
in that movie.
I was gonna say,
Incredible
the
villain.
villain when he kills.
Oh,
Spoiler
Jason.
alert.
Jason
Cornwallis?
Isaac. Unbelievable.
Huh?
General Cornwallis?
Is that who he is?
Yeah.
No, the villain is Jason Isaacs. He's the real
Right, but
villain.
who is he playing in history?
I don't know.
Is it a
General
real-
General Cornwallis is like he's the guy above him.
Got it.
Oh,
Got
okay,
it.
yeah.
But he's like General Cornwallis is like dog he lets off the leash. Go fucking kill a bunch of kids.
You said you did see Dumb and Dumber, right?
Yeah, I've seen that.
So, but like, because I was thinking it's an age thing, but like Nick's like 28, and how old are you?
24.
24. So like young guys have seen it. Jake Marsh hasn't seen it, but Jake Marsh is from outer space, right? And he hasn't seen
He was
it.
watching like Vermont basketball.
He said that. He was like, I haven't seen it, but you can't count me. Like, don't include me in this argument here. But I mean, Dumb and Dumber to me is you've seen it? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine if you're dressing up like heavyweights, then you've seen. all
What are
those
the other
ones.
like say they make it like the 5 like you have to have seen them comedies,
from like that era?
just like of all time.
I think Adam
Animal House.
Sandler had
Animal House.
What'd you say?
like there's a couple Adam Sandler ones
can
and
do
a
a
couple
Bill-
Will Ferrells
Bill
that
Madison,
you have to
Gilmore.
have.
I would
first two.
say
You gotta have either Tommy. You have Tommy Boy in there.
Yeah.
for Chris Farley, I would say Tommy Boy.
Well,
For Adam Sandler, let's say you have to pick one. to me, it's got to be Happy Gilmore or Billy Madison.
I'm
a Madison guy.
Madison.
Matt, what are you?
Billy Madison.
I'd say Billy. Of those two, Billy Madison.
Raise your hand if you're Billy Madison. Raise your hand. if
Ooh,
you're Happy
Gilmore.
I think I'm Happy Gilmore. I'm not sure though. I'm not like hardcore one side or the other.
What's cool about Happy Gilmore is it does kind of play as a sports movie in my mind. Like
it's about sports.
Like
I'm a guy.
Jeff D'Lo said he says Caddyshack is his #1 golf movie. But
Caddyshack on this list
that Happy Gilmore like beats Tin Cup and beats the other so it's goofy and silly, but there is an element of like sports to it. I think I would take Billy Madison though. It's a very creative storyline. Like a man going back to high school to try to win his father's empire. It's a good story. So
and it was just written because Adam Sandler likes to like act like a stupid ass kid.
Oh yeah,
like,
that was just so
"What
he could
the
do.
hell's-"
That whole movie's built around the shampoo and conditioner scene. He's
not even acting drunk there. He's acting borderline R-word.
Yes, yeah.
He plays that in a lot of his movies.
Always,
Like,
it's just like a slightly
Halloween,
mentally
it's like-
challenged.
yeah.
I've heard that's real bad. Halloween.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hubie
I watched
Halloween
it for a
was
bit.
tough to
I think
watch.
he's
Hubie
just-
Halloween.
Hubie Halloween. Yeah.
he's playing.
The description I heard was that it's just like a
Do you know
mentally
those movies
handicapped
are
guy
the
with.
most watched movies on Netflix? Like they
Oh,
have
yeah.
like the
Yeah.
most watched
Yeah,
by
he
time.
gets like he
He makes $100 million a year or something, right?
Yeah, he makes a lot.
So
Maybe more than 100 million.
I think I saw the LCB account was like tweeting about the potential of the Adam Sandler cinematic universe
Yeah.
coming out or something like that.
So he said that.
What does that mean?
He said that if you notice,
Jeff
if you're
mean
paying
when he says
attention, he's like all of the Adam Sandler movies. Apparently, if you're watching, are being played on general cable right now.
Yeah.
Like more so than usual. And I think what he means by that is he's trying to get like a whole new generation of people who haven't seen these things, so that you like see him, like him, and then you're like, oh, I want to see his whole catalog, and then he yanks it all and puts it on.
But I also think
like his own,
got it.
which is
Jeff
crazy
was
by the way.
trying to
if you-
say all the movies exist in the same universe.
Yeah, that's what I
there's
thought, 'cause,
the first scene of Hubie Halloween
the Doyle.
features the nurse from Happy Gilmore. I
Right.
think Ben Stiller's character.
Oh, the one like
I
Oh,
believe,
the Happy
right?
Madison crew is always like interesting.
Yeah. But they're not-
I
it's
thought
not
he was
the same
talking about
character,
doing like a
it's the same
streaming.
player. It's the same actor,
yeah,
but it's not the
yeah.
same character.
I think in Hubie Halloween,
It
he's
is,
the
yeah,
nurse
it's
from
the
yeah,
nurse.
yeah.
I thought he was talking about like a streaming service that would have that whole universe
No.
involved.
I think it's more like the characters are gonna come into the new movies.
That's he's already been.
Yeah.
Because, but like you say, the MCU, like Marvel doesn't have. It was always called the MCU before Marvel was on Disney+.
I would call that. You want a cold one? I would say
one's
that it
cold.
already kind
Thank
of
you.
exists, and that it's the Happy Madison like universe.
Yeah.
Like he's always done that. I don't think that's a new thing.
No, but it's not the same characters.
I did think right when
Like in the
Happy
Marvel
Gilmore
universe, you
and
have
Billy
Thor,
Madison
who's
came
in
out,
the
I thought
Avengers,
maybe
who's
they were-
in fucking all
maybe
that
they're the
shit.
same guy.
Like
I do love the way he's done that. Like
No,
he got on and just put all his friends in movies. You know, he's just like, I
Yeah, he
made
just
it,
keeps it-
and
I always-
like
keeps it
all
in
my
family.
buddies are gonna
Thank you.
star with me. You know.
Whenever we talk about him, I always bring up when he did Uncut Gems, he did the a New Yorker interview, I think, and it was just like the coolest, like normalest fucking dude ever. And there were two things that really stuck out. One was he walked to his walked into his country club, which was the first Jewish country club in America. And it's like $250,000, not a year, but I think it's a $250,000 upfront fee, whatever you call it, and like crazy expensive. And he walked in Jordans and basketball shorts, and a
the
t-shirt,
Adam Sandler
and
uniform.
And he was like, "Am I too disgusting to come in here to like the dining hall or like the fucking
Restaurant?
restaurant?"
Yeah, there you go.
At the,
it's a tough word.
It's like 5 syllables.
and they were like, "No, Mr. Sandler, you're never too gross for us." And it's like, that's how fucking big you are. That like you can go to like the nicest country club in the world in basketball shorts, and they're like,
But you know
"Come
what?
on in, sir."
I think that's because he's a baller, and I think that's also because he's just like the nicest dude. in the
yeah.
world.
Well, that's
If
what
he
the
was a
other thing
prick, I
was.
bet you like you wouldn't get away with
Not
that.
only that,
you
but
know?
like he's still Adam Sandler, and he's going up to his country club, being like, "Am I allowed?
Am I allowed?
in?"
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he's
The
like,
fact
"Yes,
that
you're
he's
the
even
richest
saying that.
person by far here, and most
By a
famous. Yeah,
mile.
come on in."
Yeah, the
I
fact
would
that
bet
he's
he's
even still
not.
like that.
You don't think so?
I would bet
Most
he's a
famous,
billionaire
maybe.
too.
Probably not rich.
Most
Yeah.
famous, yes.
He's in the top 10 paid actors in the whole world.
Per
a long
movie or
time
all
now,
time?
Yeah. Of all time?
Per movie or of all time is my question.
Of all time.
I bet you
I don't
he
know,
is
that's-
probably. I bet you he probably makes.
Of the
I
last
bet
10
you
years.
he's in comedy.
In comedy for sure, but I'm thinking of like Will Smith and Tom Cruise
Okay,
and like
Yeah,
Those
no,
big-time
I think he's
blockbusters.
probably made
No, you know
more.
what? Like, didn't Daniel Craig get like $120 million to do James Bond?
But
something
he's
bananas.
been getting
You're,
paid that
you're
much
also
to make
missing the
shitty
biggest
movies
one.
on
Yeah,
Netflix.
It's
yeah,
Dwayne
that's
the Rock
true.
Like
Johnson.
he,
Dude, he
Facts.
like as his
Dwayne's-
movies get worse, he just makes more
I
and more.
know. He has gamed the system, man. He is just living the
Dwayne Johnson's won Forbes' like highest paid actor.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
it's
Every year in a row.
Yeah, like his movies make like over $1 billion a year. He fucking just crushes.
But you also don't really like. I don't know what the deal is with Netflix. He might like own half of Netflix right now. I mean, he might be just getting a fat check from them. But he has. If I could switch lives with somebody, he would really be at the top of the list.
You know who's the top of my list?
He is.
Helen Mirren, dude. She gotta be getting fucking paid. You know what I'm saying? You don't think that Helen Mirren's getting fucking
Is Helen Mirren a dame?
She's gonna be a dame, yeah.
No, that's Judi Dench.
Dame Judi Dench.
But they are the same.
Helen Mirren's getting close to Dame status. I think.
She has to be.
You know,
is she British?
Might as well be. Helen Mirren. If you're that good at acting,
I was gonna say that's how good you an actress are. People are like, I have no idea where they're from.
Yeah.
And I don't know what her regular voice sounds like.
Right. Yeah, it could be any of them.
Like
you know, you
McNulty
can. I think there's a service where you can just buy Sir status. Like you can just apply, and they will like officially do it, and you could be like,
Helen
Sir,
Mirren is a
Adam,
dame,
go on.
and she is British.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I know.
It's the actual queen who's doing
That's
the
what
knighting?
I mean. It's like you do. I guess it's legal, but until you get like knighted, Burt Kreischer and Tom Segura, it's like one of their sponsors, and it's like I always hear the. Like you too can be a sir, and I'm kind of like.
But I knew someone. He was like a knight of Florida or something like that.
No, see, I need the real. I need like Her
Knight of
Majesty's
Columbus.
knight, you know.
Yeah, I don't want to be a knight of like the British Empire. I want to be a knight of like.
That's like
Xander.
A knight of like Cincinnati, Pretoria,
Daytona, Sir PFT of Daytona Beach.
You know, you're dressed up like a Miller Lite knight, where you're like it's all your boxes, like that's the King of Daytona's.
Dude, Sir PFT of Daytona is fucking hilarious. That's so perfect.
That'd
man.
be sick. Hell yeah. I know that there's definitely like a educational service online where you could just buy a doctorate degree.
You
'Cause
could be a doctor?
We're gonna make Hank like a triple doctorate.
Dr. Lockwood. Oh, man. So anyway, yeah, I brought you on here, and this I feel like 4 years ago was when we started, and we all did dress up that one year, right?
That was my
I
first
wasn't
day.
here, but people did. I know people
Yeah.
did. It was like I don't know where I was or what I was doing.
What did you do?
It was my first day, and I
First
didn't know
day,
we
wow.
dressed up, and I came in, and everybody was dressed up. And
I mean, I don't usually dress up, but I remember just doing the total cop out. Like it was Brett Merriman hat. I think I just stole it from him. I was like, you have to give that to me, Brett. And it was like the Top Gun.
Oh yeah.
Fighter pilot.
That was
suit
because
with
Dave
the
was like,
ears.
again, I wasn't here, but I remember Dave sending emails being like, "Why the fuck isn't everyone dressed up?"
Yeah.
And
You better
is
dress
like-
up. when you're
Look
around
how-
here.
I mean,
Look how far
Duncan
we've
Awards,
come.
understand. Halloween, I was stunned by, but what did he dress up as? He used to go hard on Halloween. Remember in Boston, he was Lord Lambert. He did Craig Sager when someone. Does anybody know what Gaz dressed up as that year? He did.
Leprechaun.
Fuck. There was another like. Didn't you do a Jaws? Remember when he did the Jaws one recently? He was so proud of it. It sucked.
No.
This was like 2 years ago. He went as somebody from Jaws.
Very timely.
Yeah, and I think it was during like She Who Will Not Be Named during Club Dave phase. So I think he was partying with like kids who had no fucking idea about a movie from the 70s.
who are still trick or treating.
Yo, the latest episode of what's it called, Best Friend, BFFs or something with Josh Richards is out. It's 45-year-old man Dave Portnoy talking to Josh Richards, who brings on his ex-girlfriend, who
18-year-old Josh
I'm
Richards.
praying it's 18. I'm praying they're 18. He's like, so you guys are you're friends with benefits, and they're like, she is so stereotypically, clichély like, no, it's okay. She's like, no, we're just friends. And he's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. and there's like, nah, dude, like for real, we're just cool. It's just platonic. And he's like, I can read body language. I can see it. You're not. And I was like, you are a 45-year-old man yelling at children to admit that they're fucking. Like, it's crazy. Casey said that he was on the set of the football show. He said, they're totally boyfriend-girlfriend, but they won't say it. But yeah, I guess, sometimes he was all about Halloween, but it does seem like a place where we probably, should make it content and stuff. But
I think quarantine or pandemic, whatever it is we're referring to as now, is.
You think?
I think
Like,
that
I bet
kind
you
of harshed everyone's vibe a bit.
What, did people dress up last year?
No, nobody's dressed
I
up.
don't
I
think
think
we-
we're
I
all
don't
too
think it- I don't
cool
think it has
now.
to do
I
with-
think that is some too cool bullshit,
yeah?
honestly. And I'm guilty of it too.
I will say it's much more, on my part, too lazy than too cool. Because I do have, what I want to do, I came up with I wanted to do Ruth Conda forever. Remember when that went viral? I wanted to do it, the Ruth Gator Ginsburg with the Black Panther. That would have been funny.
It just makes me cringe thinking about those tweets. Just like thinking about it.
Did you see the Flight 93 one?
Oh, yeah, I saw that one. About voting.
The guy, he had a picture of his mail-in ballot, and he was like, every time I do this, I guess he mails his vote in a lot. Every time I do this, I think to myself, how did the passengers of Flight 93 decide to like attack the cockpit? They voted.
Oh my
God. Kill yourself, dude. Absolutely kill yourself. And that
thought, what would Mark Wahlberg be?
WWND. That was, I think I'm going to try to do, I said I'm going to do the Ruth Conda Forever Awards, and I'm going to compile all of these bad tweets. Because in the last month, starting with the college football ones, the D-Day college football one, this is the darkest day in Big Ten history, which includes like, systematic rape, and then the Ruth Bader Ginsburg like slew. I mean, there was
What about Tebow saying that Twitter should replace the like button with the respect button?
Oh, I didn't see that one. What would be the picture?
Well, I don't know, but
say the word
he was trying to like figure out what the conversion rate would be for likes to respects.
He was.
He was like straight up. He was like, "Would you rather have 150 likes or 34 respects on something?" And then I was doing math. I was like, "I take 150 likes, but if you were to say like 90 respects, I'm going, I'd rather have 90. That sounds like a lot of respects."
I mean,
you know what? I actually think I think I'd go with like the lower number. Because when someone's like, I like that, you're like, whatever. Because like, I respect that. You're like, oh, all right. It's got a stronger weight to it.
That persuaded me. But that happened in real life, yes. But if someone ever said to me, "Yo, dude, my tweet just like popped off. I got 400 respects," I would be like, jump off.
But how many newfound respects?
Newfound
respect.
If there's somebody that's like always respecting your tweet, like the same person,
But
at some
newfound
point,
come on.
I don't feel respected anymore because you just respect everything.
If you respect everything, you respect nothing.
Exactly, yeah.
That's Tim Tebow in a nutshell.
I do think though that we are kind of blessed that Halloween did not fall right after the quarantine started. We were talking about this over here a second ago, but like, can you imagine how cringy it would be for people to have like Halloween parties over Zoom? Where you just like be dressed up in your living room,
You stand by
in your
yourself.
costume by yourself.
What are you supposed to be?
I think people are still going to do that, though.
I
see that still happening.
for sure.
Definitely.
Oh man, I mean, I guess everyone else, you're doing happy hour over Zoom.
Is
you're
doing a Zoom Halloween party better or worse than going to a Halloween party dressed as a Zoom call?
Yeah, that's
You have
gonna
like
happen for sure.
you go like in boxers with like the cardboard around you, and then you're like a tie. And you're
I
like,
think
top
anytime
of
you
the bottom.
incorporate cardboard into your Halloween costume, it's
too much.
It's too much.
Yeah,
Anytime
trying
you
too
have to like go sideways, like while you're walking through a bar. Excuse me. Sorry.
Well, we on KFC Radio we did the top 5 costumes for this year that you think are going to be clever and cool, and then you get there and everyone either hates you or they did it too. And I think your second pick was Joe Exotic, and there goes Kim Kardashian, the whole fucking family.
They all did.
She's
Well,
Carol
but
Baskin, and they're
It
dressed as
doesn't.
tigers.
I don't think it counts with them because they do 100 costumes. Like they just run out of ideas. They just do all the
They do
costumes.
every idea.
Like I saw
And
them
it's never
as-
Kanye.
They
though.
did the
Once
Power
again,
Rangers.
He wasn't the guy. I think it was the scarecrow-looking guy that Kim Kardashian.
Oh,
goes with.
right.
Kanye's never to be found. And then the one times they do say that Kanye was there, he's in a mask. Like you can't tell it's actually him.
Yeah.
Because I remember conspiracy theories being like, Kanye doesn't celebrate Halloween. He's like, dude, he pulled the power move of all time, getting his wife, her dead dad, in hologram form for her
That's
40th
so
birthday.
creepy.
It is so weird.
Do you think he wrote the script?
Did you
In the
listen to
script,
it, Adam?
But
did you hear the
obviously, but
genius man.
ever.
I
But
think he wrote it.
you don't even think he had someone delegate it? You think that
No.
he sat down and he wrote the
Oh, yeah.
entire thing?
Oh yes.
He said it out loud and someone else wrote it.
Yeah, but that's
off
coming
the top.
Yeah.
And
Everyone off.
I when I first heard that, I was thinking, if I did that, you did that. Anybody here did that? I'm so proud that you married the most genius. So if people don't know, Robert Kardashian, he died for Halloween for her 40th
He died
birthday.
for Halloween.
Kanye got a hologram
Yeah,
of her dad. He shows up and he says, like, he's gushing about her. The woman you've become. I'm so happy you became a lawyer. Easy with that. But then part of it said.
Wait, did she go around saying she's a lawyer?
Her dead father.
She's
does.
going to law school now, right? Or
She went to
she's been doing stuff.
You can just buy
And I
yourself
know she's
Esquire.
going to law school. I don't think
Yeah.
she's passed the bar.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I think she probably will at one point get some sort of honorary degree, but I don't.
No, I think she'll do
No,
it.
she's actually.
I think so.
You think
she's
that-
gonna-
I know
she's
she did
gonna
something.
take the
Yeah.
bar.
Like
She's taking the
criminal
LSAT to the
reform
bar and everything.
I think
No,
so.
she is, yeah.
I would not be surprised.
She's
if
gonna
Kim
be on the
became
Supreme
president.
Court within 20 years. No doubt in my mind.
I mean, listen. All jokes aside, she did get a couple people released, right? Like she
Yeah.
did do some major shit. I don't know whether it was right or wrong. I don't know who she released, but she's getting shit done. But so the hologram father is talking about the family and what she's achieved and all this stuff. And then one of the lines is, "I'm so proud of like the family you've created. First off, you married the most genius man ever." And anybody else, I would say that's like a joke.
And
I don't-
even if it is a joke or was a joke, anyone, that's like one of those jokes during like your best man speech where you're kind of kidding and it's like, nah.
But when it's a
Like, you know,
fucking
it's a joke,
ghost
but
of
not
your
now.
dad.
It's not the time
Now
for
the
it.
time and the
Yeah.
place. And then the reason why I really don't think it's a lie or a joke, the next sentence is like, and you've become the most amazing mother. And that line
Right.
is most definitely serious. So I think that was, and people are like, no, it's all the Kanye fans. I've been fighting with them fucking nonstop. They're all like, no, dude, it's a joke. And I'm like, I really, if it's Kanye West talking about arrogance and talking about himself, he does not get the benefit of the doubt with jokes ever again, because he always means it.
Yeah.
So, and then in the hologram, the father says, I'm always around you at all times. I'm always leaving little signs for you, like when somebody makes a really loud pee-fee.
Is that a fart?
Or
Is that a
when-
queef?
Or,
saw that was-
or when you do a really loud pee-fee. So that sounds like a fart.
Yeah.
And then I was just trying to Google it because I thought I didn't know. I thought I was the only
What a
one.
weird image.
And then
to
some
put-
people
I
said it
just
was a
wouldn't want
queef.
my
Yeah,
dead
that
dad
sounds like a
talking
queef to
about,
me.
like
farts.
my dead dad lives in everyone's asshole. Are you
Like, I don't want to think
Like, can you
my.
imagine like somebody like fucking Chloe's out there like, and everyone's like, it's Dad, hey Daddy, Chloe's ripping ass again.
It's also fucked up to like have Kanye be putting like her dad telling Kim like these are the signs that I'm leaving around for you. It's almost like Kanye is controlling like Kim's mind
Right.
of like
Right.
I want her
Also,
to
you
think of
would
her
do feel like
dad
your
when
dad.
that yeah. Like that's kind of fucked
Yeah,
up.
yeah, she's got a daddy problem. I'm gonna knock him down a wedge.
Or now, are we sure that it was Kanye that set this entire thing up?
I mean, she said the tweet was like, Kanye got this for me. So
Yeah.
he's getting all the credit for it, and I do believe he probably would write it or like control it. I feel like.
It's
You
probably
think
his
he just
idea.
outsourced
Oh,
it to
he
like
doesn't.
a,
probably
He
his
doesn't
idea.
let.
How much does that
anyone do it.
cost? Because I remember the Tupac hologram was like 10 million.
I was gonna say that, you know,
It was
it's
kind of
probably
shitty
cheap.
though. It wasn't a good hologram.
really
like the head
wasn't.
didn't match. There was
The
clearly like
Tupac
a body
hologram
actor.
Also, that was like-
pretty good though.
that was like 15 years ago, wasn't it?
Kind of realistic.
Yeah.
No,
I'm saying
you said the Tupac one.
I'm saying this one was shitty.
The Robert one wasn't
I thought
good.
that the
Oh.
face didn't match the body. I thought that the body was clearly like they used a real body and tried to superimpose a face.
I thought that too.
That's
Yeah.
kinda what it felt
two-dimensional.
like. Yeah. it did.
Well, that was my thing. I'm not so sure that wasn't just put on his gigantic like warehouse TV screen. I don't know if it was really like a true like 3D hologram. Because I
It's
feel like
like
if
a
it was,
recording.
if I was filming a hologram, I would be like showing you how it's like a 3D.
If someone got
thing.
me a hologram and it was 2D, I'd be fucking pissed.
Well, you know what it reminds me of when everyone said that like hoverboards are around and it was just the fucking the
Oh,
you know
yeah.
the things
It's
rolling
the
on the
thing
ground.
rolling. Yeah.
Like that's
One
not a
wheel.
hologram if it's just on a
Yeah.
on a screen. Now maybe I'm wrong, but it just didn't look like a 3D.
It was just a deep fake.
But
I
it-
think he's
Yeah.
using
Yeah.
a deep
It was like,
fake.
yo, Kanye got you a Photoshop for your birthday.
But I think in like 10 years, holograms might be fairly cheap. Like you could just,
Same with deepfake.
you
I
might be
think
able to
everyone's
pay-
about to start getting deepfake.
Yeah, it'd be crazy to pay for like a Dave Portnoy hologram, like when he's not in the office, it just pops up and he's like, better not be fucking around.
Dress up.
He just walks back and forth, like looking around, trolling.
I mean that I'm surprised there wasn't once they did that with Tupac. That was a long time ago at Coachella, right?
Yeah.
I feel like
Probably
that.
like
I thought
10
there was
years.
going to be much
2010, right?
more of
Was it
that.
2010?
I think
Because
it's
that was
2010.
so crazy.
Oh, wow.
Was
I was gonna say it's 5
Snoop
years.
Dogg performing with
Next
him,
to him,
and
yeah.
they were going verse for verse. and,
Yeah.
like, that was crazy to see.
Yeah, that was pretty
And he
cool.
walked through him.
Now, is there like a rule that,
Did he? Oh,
that
yeah, he
we
did.
can't get like Kim's dad as a hologram to show up here? Like, what are the rules in that?
Yeah, like you only
Can you force a hologram to show up against their wishes? Like without
I've
their
never
permission?
watched Keeping Up with
We
the
don't need to do a
Kardashians.
hologram. We just need to make a pee-pee. And
It'll appear.
Dad's
Anytime you fart, Robert Kardashian will appear.
Okay, wait. Here's a question. If you could get a hologram of anyone, it doesn't have to be a dead family member, just someone dead in general, who would you want a hologram from?
Great question.
I think it's weirder the closer they are to you.
Yeah.
If it's like someone you actually knew, it's sad.
I would be scared. I'd be upset if someone like brought me my dead parent.
But if it's Abe Lincoln though, it's like
That's
yeah.
what I went straight to Abe Lincoln, dude. I want to see Abe.
Thanks, dude.
Like,
My man.
appreciate it. I appreciate it.
I always thought that Ben Franklin is the most hilarious looking person of all time. Just like a short little, like just a round, just like a cannonball basically. Like a completely bald head but long hair.
And he's a genius and he fucks a ton.
And he's horny as shit. And women love him. And he's the ugliest motherfucker on the planet.
He went over to France, right? And was just like, suck this American dick, man.
Yes, he had like new strains of STDs,
America
like he was the University of Delaware. Like he was like finding like new shit that never existed.
You think that was just because like French girls were just like yeah, he's gross, but he's American. Like he's the rebel. He's know. Like just the novelty,
and I
because
think
they weren't
just a
fucking
genius.
awful
He
looks.
was a genius.
Yeah. Unless
maybe
he just threw down. Maybe Ben Franklin ate great pussy.
Yeah, no, like I mean, like Ron Jeremy's not exactly. I mean, actually, Ron Jeremy looks like a young Ben Franklin.
Yeah, Franklin's the only house with electricity.
Yeah,
what? He's the only house with electricity.
The sugar daddy over here.
He's got the only vibrator in the world. I invented the clitoral stimulator.
By the way, I'm down to 3 here, and it's like,
what?
I'm down
You
to
still
3.
haven't got one?
No, and it's like Russian roulette where I know
I'm
I got 2.
totally out.
I might have gotten one of yours.
Honestly,
So far, so good, baby.
if you were to give me the hologram option, I would just take Glenny Balls every time.
But you can have Glenny Balls.
I have a real Glenny Balls, but I could always use another one to just show up. And today, I got out of radio. It was a shitty day outside. It was like 32 degrees. It was rainy. I walk back to my desk and I see Glenny, and he just put a smile on my face, like immediately. He's rocking his bare naked ladies tank top. He's got his gaiter around his neck. He's as happy as can be, wearing shorts. And my day was like so much better just seeing Glenny thriving and loving life.
Balls is. I'm so happy he's like coming to his own with the hooligans, and he actually has something now. He is one of my favorite humans ever. He's
incredible.
a fucking delight.
He's incredible.
And like, there's always everybody has haters at Barstool, but when I see people talking shit about Glenny, I'm like, if you hung around Glenny Balls, you would just fucking know. Like, you can't hang out with Glenny and be like, man, that guy sucks.
And some people's brand of comedy, like PFT, fucking KB, Nick, really just sharp, witty guys. Glenny Balls' brand of comedy is physical comedy, and if you don't appreciate that, like if you don't even look at that for what it is, like then you will never understand how fucking awesome it is.
And I pity you too, you know?
Exactly.
So if you can't
You're
laugh
blind.
at that, I mean, that's your loss,
You're
man.
blind.
Now, I will say, the KB, Nick brand of humor, that video you guys did.
Yeah, that was
The Christopher Columbus
So
one.
funny.
It's out now. What's the exact name of it? Isn't there a title?
Rediscovering America.
Rediscovering America. Donnie, Nick, and KB dressed up what was supposed to be like colonial America, right? And you just ended up looking like Christopher Columbus. The intro video, we were like, I fucking look like Christopher Columbus. And they were like, yeah, like exactly. And Donnie's like, we will not speak of this anymore. Christopher Columbus is a rapist and a thief.
Yeah, and Nick's like, that's the new C word. And then it's like, here we are now in beep, Ohio.
You guys going to Ken Bone's house and just like disrespecting him to his face and fucking with him. But Ken Bone, like,
To
I'll
his
give him credit.
yeah, I thought he was
like,
going
fuck
to kick us
y'all.
out. Like, because
Yeah.
he wasn't happy. He was like, this interview is not off to a great start.
Because you filmed him right away, right? Wasn't that
Oh,
the problem?
so yeah, he said that twice in the first like 5 minutes we were there. We showed up with the cameras on.
Right.
I was like, we should be filming this when he opens up the front door.
Yeah.
So we opened up the front door and we have a camera out, and he's like, do you normally walk into people's houses
Do you usually
with like
ambush
put
us?
a camera in their face? This is not off to a great start, fellas. And then we sit down and like
Wait,
a minute,
by the way, let me back up.
Yeah.
Did you get in contact with him? Like, how did
Yeah,
you
I
materialize?
reached out to him because he was trending on Twitter that day because he
The
said,
Fly.
he's like, I don't know. No, this was when he said, I don't know who I'm going to vote for. And
the
everyone
most-
was like, fuck you, Ken Bone. You should fucking know by now.
He's the most undecided
And people
voter.
got so pissed he didn't know. And so then I was like, shit, we're driving through the Midwest. And he lives there, like, because he was like, it doesn't matter who I vote for. I live in Illinois. It's going to go blue, like, regardless of who I vote for. So
People
I
don't
was
like when you say that, by the way.
what?
People do not like when you say that.
You say
Yeah.
it
And I
doesn't
think it's
matter,
dead ass true in a lot of places, but
Yeah.
they do not like to hear that.
No, they don't. Especially my mom. I tried pulling that with my mom. I was like, we're from Massachusetts. Like, I don't really have to vote, right?
Yeah.
She was pissed. But yeah, so I reached out to him and I was like, we're driving through the Midwest. Where do you live? And it ended up only being like 2.5 hours out of the way. So we're like, can we roll over to your house and do an interview? And he was like, yeah, sure. So we show up filming him. He's pissed. And then 2 minutes later, we released the fly.
Yeah.
And we only had the idea for the fly like, on the drive there. And then we were like, where do we find a fly? And we just had like tons of trash in the back of our car. And Colin's like, I think I saw a fly back there. So,
Barstool serendipity.
Yeah.
I mean,
we
you
found
had
the
it in
fly.
like a Dunkin' Donuts cup or
Yeah.
something, right? You were just like, well,
A
here.
McDonald's Coke cup.
Bro.
And then
Have you seen it? I mean,
Who
like,
caught
today-
it? Who caught the fly?
I was gonna say that's hard.
Colin
Like, this-
did, yeah. Our camera guy. And
Like, he
KB, I was
just-
like, you guys better find that fly before we get to Ken Bones. and we found the fly, we got it in a cup, and then it somehow it climbed out of the straw hole and flew away, so we had to re-catch it. And then we had the fly, and so we talked about the bit that we were planning on doing, and then when he opens the door and he's already pissed at us, we're like, now this bit is just going to be so awkward. But I was like, we still have to go through with it. So we released the fly, and
I mean, the way you did it.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you're saying like, did you watch the debate? Did you
Yeah.
see the fly? Because people were comparing it to you, and then you're just like, well, we have the fly here with us. You open it up, and like you guys did a great job with the spot shadow on it, and he's just like, you really just released a fly in my house.
his wife was there just watching the whole thing.
Yeah, you could like see a body in the background, and when you knew it wasn't you guys alone with him, it made it way
So
funnier.
much
You're
funnier.
just doing this in front of someone.
And he was like, fuck that fly. He was like,
Yeah, no,
he was
it
like,
was
that's just a
great when he
fucking
pulled out
fly.
the gun.
I'm a human.
I'm
I was like,
Ken
you're
Bone.
really, yeah. He basically pulled like a Kenny Powers. He was like, that's just a fly, and I'm a human with like free will.
He
Like,
Twitter
no,
shamed.
he
He
didn't
Twitter
say that,
shamed
but
the
he-
fly
he-
for
yeah.
for not having
Oh
any
yeah, he
followers.
goes, I bet that fly doesn't have 160,000
Yeah,
that's what he
followers.
said.
But I don't know, there could be a fly account.
Yeah,
there's definitely
has a
he
lot of
said it was
followers.
like
10 different
that
accounts.
fly.
Yeah.
That fly doesn't have people showing up to his house to do interviews like
Yeah.
this. That fly doesn't have 170,000 followers. That fly doesn't have. I think he mentioned his sweater. And then
Imagine
he
being
fucking,
a fly. That,
Yeah, there was
that,
like after the fly was out, there was 2 minutes where I talked to KB and Nick. They said it was the most like awkward. uncomfortable experience of their life.
And that's
those
a
guys
lot
are
coming
used
from
to
them.
like
Yeah.
awkward experiences.
But
And
imagine being a fly. You're just like you find a Dr. Pepper and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna eat the shit out of this. Next thing you know, you're getting fucking assassinated by Ken Bone.
So he
What
pulls out.
shitty
Ken
person
has
to get killed by?
Assault.
yeah, he had
assault
one of the
gun.
assault rifles, and he just fucking murks it, and was like, "What's up, bitches?" He was like, "The fly's dead, Harambe's dead. Who's next?" It's like Ken
Dan
Bone.
Daniel.
He's been practicing that.
Yeah.
Why was he
Dude,
wearing a
wait for
red
him.
sweater though? Was he just wearing that anyway?
Yeah,
Well,
he was
that's-
just wearing that
I
when
mean,
we showed up.
He's got it.
So he
If
kno-
I'm Ken Bone, I'm
But
doing
he
an
wasn't
interview. I'm
wearing,
putting
that's
out
what I mean, he
a
knows-
red
he-
turtleneck actually.
he can't act above it if he's wearing the uniform.
No, he-
If he's wearing
he
like
clearly
Batman's in
loves
a
Batman.
Batman suit, like
Oh, yeah.
Call Me Bruce Wayne.
Loves it.
Did you guys bring up that he's like a a porn deviant?
No.
Remember
No,
that? That was
after
the whole
fly,
thing.
no,
Was
that-
like after the
human
we
yeah.
didn't know.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah, I
there
didn't
was
even know if
some-
he was gonna sign the release. Like I sent
Right.
him a couple emails because we didn't have him sign it first.
Oh,
He
yikes.
fucking did all that shit, and then we're like, oh fuck, he's probably not even gonna sign it.
Yeah.
And I sent him like a couple emails. Can you sign this? Can you sign this? He never responded. I thought he hadn't, but it turns out he had signed it and it just went
Oh, okay. So we did get
straight to Barstool. So I
Got it.
sent an email to Kelsey and I was like, did you ever get like a Ken Bone release form? She's like, yeah, I got that a week ago. I was so confused.
Ken Bone went through the proper channels like on his own.
No, I sent him the link.
Okay,
And
got
then
it.
it-
No, but yeah, but basically,
now
yeah,
there's a
Ken
link.
did do it himself, and then like, yeah.
He sent it in.
I mean, shout out to Ken.
Shout out to Ken.
He's a
I mean,
big
he
rules
loves
follower,
the
yeah.
spotlight. And we had
I mean, he loved this.
yeah.
What was his porn history though? Because I just forget his porn
I
history.
think it
Pregnant
was
ladies.
Pregnant ladies, yeah.
What?
I'm not just creepy. I'm not here to
what?
kink shame. No,
Pregnant
I'm not
women.
kink shame, but I thought there was something
Was
that was
he
a little bit
So
like
there-
actually bad.
There were like two weird things they did. One was he had like a Reddit history where he would be commenting on prego porn and be like, "Look at this beautiful human submarine."
Yeah.
That's what, that's what he called a pregnant woman.
A human
A human
submarine?
submarine.
Yeah, these
Commenting
phrases for
on
like.
porn
Kind of makes
videos?
sense a little
in the
bit.
scheme of
Yeah.
all the fucked up
The
shit
baby
we've
would
heard
be a
over the
human
last
submarine.
few
No,
years.
the baby
like,
is like the captain inside the submarine. The body is the submarine. Red October is
that's
what
it.
happens in birth. And then there was one other weird thing that he had, which is I think he was talking about the fappening, and he was saying
Yes,
like,
that's what I thought. I thought he was looking and engaging with the pictures from the fappening, which is like.
yeah, it was.
I mean,
something-
we all looked, but I think that is kind of, you know.
It was about Jennifer Lawrence, right? He was like,
Yeah.
We shouldn't be shaming her for this, but if I were her, I don't know. He kind of like
Yeah,
was
it's like,
like the blame
but-
on her. I don't know what he said.
her asshole did look nice.
Saw her asshole.
Yeah,
Ken
he was
said
like,
he
yes,
saw
I
Jennifer
her
Lawrence's asshole.
Honestly,
I mean,
in like the scheme of things like
Not
that
that
have
bad.
happened over the last 2 years, all the
Yeah.
people who have been canceled, it's like you can't
Yeah.
cancel someone for creepy comments on Reddit.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's just
listen,
weird that
Craig's
he's
point's
commenting
weird,
about his porn that he watches, like that he's trying to have a conversation about it.
Right.
That's-
I don't
It's like,
take
he
notes
never,
when I
he
watch
never
porn.
asked to be famous, okay? He just
Like,
got
I'm
invited
not,
onto the
I'm not
stage.
annotating porn as I'm watching.
Yeah.
No.
But you're right about that too, where it's like, he elected to do this weird like town hall thing.
Yeah,
and
we
next
have
thing
all
you
these
know,
people who
are
have been like
researching your
caught
history.
touching kids. Like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a lot worse
But
than
I will
like,
say he didn't ask for this, but once he had it, he was leaning
oh,
into
now
it. So then
he's
it's fair game.
never letting go.
Then it's like, okay, you want to be Ken Bone with 170,000 followers? We're gonna look at your prego porn history.
Yeah. And, I mean, honestly, like looking at Ken Bone, are you shocked that he's a porn comments guy? That
could
is
not
exactly
be a
what
better
I
fit.
picture. Whenever I like scroll down on a porn video, it's like, "Come to Argentina, baby," or something like that. It's like, there's a Ken Bone down there wearing a blue and white striped sweater.
to Argentina, baby.
Just Pirate Simon vibes.
Speaking of, Pirate Simon is making challenges to fight Dana B at the next Rough and Rowdy. Do you do Rough and Rowdy? Do you film it and shit, or you have anything to do with that?
No,
No, okay.
I have not.
So Pirate Simon, if you don't know Pirate Simon, he's
One
from,
of the better legacies of Barstool.
definitely. As far as
Better
if you were to
storylines.
make a bit characters, flash in the pan type of guys, number one overall seed
real
by a
odd
mile.
guy. I would say Pirate Simon is still the weirdest person we've ever had, and I'm counting everyone who works here currently.
Wow. Frank the Tank?
It's neck and neck.
Yeah.
It's neck and neck.
Because you know what, Frank is like.
Simon,
I don't know. You look at Frank and what you see is what you get. Simon he's not like, he's a normal human. You know what I mean? Like looks
Normal-ish.
wise. Yeah, he's not like a great looking guy or anything. I'm saying he could just be a normal guy if he wanted to. Frank's not gonna be normal.
Right.
He's larger than life and he's this wacky cat. Simon could just be a normal person if he elected to be,
Simon
but
used
he's
to,
not at all.
The craziest thing he ever used to do was he would regularly send me an email at the old office, which was like in Milton, like, I don't know, about the size of this bar. And his desk was in the back, mine was in the front. And he would send an email and immediately get up and come hover over me. And he was a big hoverer. And he'd be like, "Did you read my email?" And I'd look at my Gmail and it wasn't even there yet. Like,
Hadn't arrived.
It's
The
not
internet
yet.
has
Speed
to
of
be
the
there.
speed of light.
Yeah.
is
You
not,
beat it, bro. He's like,
caught
okay,
up.
can you just refresh and then read it? Like, why didn't you just come over here and say this if you're gonna hover over me?
Or just tell me.
Well, or just go now.
Use your words.
But that to me always bothered me more than the porn situation.
Steady
To
hover.
this
Yeah,
day,
no,
Why,
I hate it.
why
I know
would the
this
porn
is-
bother you?
What's that?
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't have cared if people were downloading porn in the
At
Milton
all.
office all day.
Oh heavens! No.
if
No, no,
someone,
no, no.
the funniest. By the way, did he like? It was him.
It was 100%.
Okay. Because I never knew if that was actually the case. Like
It was
fully-
always him from day one.
Right.
Because it was like, I don't know, if it was me, I'd just be like, yeah, I downloaded porn.
So if he had just stood up and said, like, "Yep, it was me," I think it would have been like, "All right, weirdo," and then
Reggie,
back
do
to
you
work.
know the story?
I don't know this.
Yeah.
one, no.
All right.
Okay.
So,
At least it wasn't
so this
pregnant
was like
porn.
2014.
14.
So we got a letter. Dave, like Barstool gets a letter saying like we got like a strike against us, or we have like a lawsuit coming, something like legal, because porn had been illegally BitTorrent downloaded on like the Barstool Wi-Fi, like on our internet.
Oh shit.
And so Dave's like, who downloaded the porn? So he did this like interrogation thing with like
And
a light
it
bulb.
was
and,
also
like,
someone recently on Barstool Chicago, maybe, had used one of the porn stars in Pirates. Because they told you what movie it was. And they were like, it's
Pirates 2, Stagnetti's
Oh,
Revenge.
I didn't know about the Barstool Chicago thing.
If
So
you've
there
never
was like a
seen it,
reason
it's
why
like
he
a
was
Pirates of the Caribbean
you like got
remake.
horny.
Yeah.
I love the
Like,
idea that
see
there
more
would be
of
like a pirate named
It
Stagnetty.
got
Yeah.
horny.
Like, that's such an
That old
obvious porn
swashbuckler
star.
Stagnetty. Hey, how you doing?
I have to see this.
So Dave interrogates like everybody in the office.
Well, and also when he asked, he just yelled down like, "Who downloaded porn?" And Simon was like, "Hank." And it was like, what? And it was like, I'm pretty sure the Hank was the name he said. And I don't even think Hank was in the office that day.
Right.
But we didn't know that right away. But Simon threw, I believe it was Hank. Simon threw
Somebody
ran
ran under the bus
right away.
And like he was an intern, so he would have been roasted or whatever.
Yeah.
But it turned into this like week-long interrogation saga, right? And like, my favorite moment of the whole thing was they were interrogating Hank, and they were like, "Did you download the porn, Hank?" And he was like, I'm 99% sure I did. like if you ever want to, like if you need to convince somebody of a crime, it's like you almost had him confessing to something.
That is the type of shit that totally makes me believe it when people say like you can get a confession from somebody.
Yep,
who did
confessions
not commit a
don't
crime.
mean it.
Like,
Yeah.
Hank, I can definitely see Hank confessing to a murder that he never committed.
Especially at that point in his career. Now he's much more confident. At that
Yeah.
point, he was like a rookie himself, and he was like, I don't think I did, maybe. I don't know. So it turned like they finally figured out it's Pirate Simon.
But also, like Simon came in like the next day with he had shaved his head. Like he, like,
Thank
was,
God.
like,
Let me show you a picture.
Like
he was worst hair. On the
Oh, to
fucking
like throw
world.
him off the scent?
I guess
Yeah,
so.
he was guilty.
It was a guilty
It was
move.
the most guilty move I've ever seen in my
He's
life.
like, if I come in with a fucked up haircut, Dave is just gonna make fun of my hair.
It was like he had long hair. And he came the next day, just total
Like,
bald.
my hair makes me look guilty.
But you're gonna give me a test.
He still has the
Yep,
cum
you
on.
watched porn.
I mean, look at this creature of a human. You know?
Oh,
just,
sketch.
you know.
Super sketch.
Yeah. So he comes and goes like this fleeting shooting star in the Barstool world.
But he ended up getting caught too because he was saying that he's like never used the word BitTorrent. He doesn't know what BitTorrent is, all that stuff. And I'd heard it, but I definitely to this day I don't know how BitTorrent works. And he was like, "Look, you can look at my." I didn't get one. By the way, I finished them all. I never got it. He's like, "You can look at my laptop. Like, I don't have it on my BitTorrent. I never downloaded it." And he opened his BitTorrent for us, and then showed us his BitTorrent library. And it was all deleted. Everything,
Just wiped clean.
Well, if you downloaded anything, and he's like, "No, I have." And it was like, I guess Hank or someone knew how to check when everything was deleted, but his whole laptop was wiped that night, the night it got caught. And it was like, all right, yeah.
It's like when your whole apartment smells like bleach or something.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's a little too clean.
Yeah. So I believe there was once talks he wanted. So he like doesn't get the job, whatever, that summer. And then when we moved to New York, and everyone's like, all right, Barstool's blowing up. There's money to be had. He wanted to come back, and Dave said, if you can come back, but you have to dress as a pirate for 365 straight days, like around the clock.
And live in the van, live in the bus.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah, it's to live in the bus.
Okay, the bus.
Live in the bus. It was in like a trailer
Dressing
park
like a
in Newark,
pirate isn't
like
bad.
over by
So
Hoboken.
he's full time, but he has to
Kinda
dress
fun.
as a pirate for a year straight.
That was going to be the rule.
That was the offer.
Yeah, and he never took it. And that was kind of the last we heard of him. But he would pop up like we every now and then we would get a video of him like
He's on Nantucket and shit. He was
Yeah,
like
being
wearing like
Nantucket.
unbuttoned to his navel.
No, that was Newport.
Oh,
But
Newport.
yes.
It was.
he would be in
also
in, like
he had that
Fenway,
great
and people would be
line.
like Pirate Simon, and he's like people would chant his name, and he's walking around like he was like this weird little like whack pack celebrity in
You gotta
Boston.
lean into it. Like,
No,
Yeah.
no, he
Yeah,
is.
you
He is
gotta
fully-
embrace that.
because you're not gonna
He
escape.
is fully
it.
accepted
Yeah.
now. He loves it.
He shaved his
loves
head, he
being
picked
called.
his hair, so we got that look gone. We heard some
King.
funny shit about
The
him.
pirate.
There are like urban legends floating around about him that I don't even think are publicly known that are really fucking funny. But anyway, long story here. He's back in the Barstool universe and he's challenged Dana B to a fight. We can maybe run the clip for the viewer or for the replay. He says, Dana B, drinking beers is not a personality. I can tell everyone that
I hate that
And then-
phrase so much.
Yeah.
He was
It
like,
did-
he was like, I
that
hate
used
your
to have some
stink.
gravitas
Yeah.
like many years
But
ago.
they say it
No,
about
it didn't.
anything. though.
Yes.
I didn't.
Yes.
It started with The Office, where liking The Office isn't a personality.
Right.
I don't think it is either. I just like The Office.
Yeah.
I
Traveling
like talking about
is
things
the
I like.
personality.
Yes.
Like fucking all
Yeah.
these things.
And,
Like,
but
you're right, it's my job.
It did get to the point though sometimes where it was like, well, I don't know, that can kind of like describe what kind of person you are. Like they started using it for everything.
Yeah,
I was
also
like, that is
drinking a zillion
personality.
beers kind of is.
It-
It's alcoholism. It's personality.
Dana's personality.
Dana has a,
I would
a
say that
distinct personality, and it's the beer guy. Like
For
it's
a lot of people, I would agree that like being a beer guy is not like everyone's kind of a beer guy to a
Right.
certain extent. But Dana, it is a personality
Yes,
for Dana. He
for
is,
sure.
like, there's a reason why it stuck with him. Why he was able to raise so much money is because he is the beer guy.
Yeah, like-
he's
like-
the beer
like-
guy of all the beer guys.
It's like being a beer guy is not a personality. Being the beer guy, which is what he's done for himself,
Right.
It is. By the way, if you're gonna be a beer guy, drink your Miller Lite. Facts. 3.2 carbs for 12 ounces, 96 calories. Celebrate responsibly. MillerLite.com/FNP. But Dana, I believe the word is that Dave is not allowing this because he's convinced if he does, will proceed, and then Dana will back out. Because Dana is a big-time backer-outer.
But am I dumb for thinking that Dana would just mop the floor with him? Like, how big is?
They're different sizes.
Dana's pretty big. I saw him in
Dana's
the
a
office.
Dana's a big
cat.
dude.
He's a pretty big
Simon's
dude.
not very big. Simon's chubby.
Now, but I feel like Dana B is kind of getting a raw deal here because he backed out of one rough and rowdy fight, but that was because like the dude he was gonna fight was his girl's ex-boyfriend who was kind of a scumbag, and it was like we don't really want to be involved with this guy and give him a platform. So that looked like he backed out, but that was more like the right move.
But the Coley basketball thing,
that's a problem.
That's a different story.
back out.
So what happened? Like he was supposed to. They just challenged to play one-on-one or something.
and
like
it was
that.
like a time. They
But
named
was it
the
ever
date.
set up?
Like they named the date 2 months in advance, and then nothing happened. I mean, you at least have to a week beforehand be like, "Are we doing this?"
So okay, that's my thing. If I said to you like we're gonna play on November 15th, whatever, and then like neither of us make any moves up until then, and then November 15th
It definitely
rolls
didn't
around.
have like buzz or anything like that.
Like I don't think it was like scheduled. I did hear that he backed out, but I feel like it was more like we said we were gonna do that, and it just never materialized. But then somebody else also brought up that we never even finished the.
Oh, no, that's a problem.
Yeah,
the
that's
zillion
a
beers.
big
Beer
one.
It's a room tourney because I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna watch like most of these rounds, but when it comes to the final four, I'll actually tune in and watch. And then like a month passed, I was like, wait, like did I miss the final four? And they're like, no,
Nope, never happened. That's the thing too.
happened.
I don't think it got like past the Elite Eight. I don't even think. Like,
No.
I think it has like several rounds to go.
Did he give an explanation, or he just
Not that I heard.
And listen, I'm the king of stopping doing stuff. Like it happens sometimes. I get
Yeah.
it. But like this was something that you had organized the entire company
I had to
around.
go out and buy a fucking like
Yes.
over the top
Dude,
table.
he was driving around like multiple states to
Right.
bring people cups and tables, and
Yeah.
I came into the office in the middle of the pandemic to play, and like all this crazy shit. And then, you know what I think happened is I think that they lost, and they were like Marty and Dana were out of the tournament. They were like,
Yeah,
well,
he
never
just
mind.
wanted to beat him.
He's not an organizer. He's a freaking. He's a drinker.
Right. That's his personality, dude. So I guess though, when you add those three things up, whether there's some extenuating circumstances or not, those are like 3 times he didn't follow through. I think that Dave should just say like, you can do it, but if you back out, like you're fired. Like,
Or you owe the
like
money.
there's a strict, you have to pay me $10,000, or there's like an actual punishment. Because in this case, I think. Again, I don't think he'll. I think he'll beat the shit out of him. So I don't think he'll want to back
First
out.
off, he would win. Yeah, so that's huge.
Although I do always get nervous, like if I was, I'm never going to be in this position, but if I was ever the person who was the heavy favorite in Rough and Rowdy, you have everything to lose.
Yeah, it's-
Right. If Pirate Simon just catches your jaw,
Dude, it's
Just
actually
one- all it
weird
takes is
spot.
one
Yeah.
quick under.
That's what I mean.
Never
It's like-
underestimate your
It's
opponent.
crazy
Yeah.
to think. Aren't like the 3 losers who were employees at the company no longer with the company?
The curse of Rough and Rowdy. If
Oh,
you lose
you
in Rough
lose
and
in
Rowdy,
Rough and Rowdy, you're
Because
done.
it's me, it's like, hey
Unfortunately,
man, I would go out
Tech
and
Chef and
get paid in 3 minutes. I don't
Tech
care if
Chef
I
and
lose,
Matt,
but now it's like,
yeah.
because if you think about it, it's only 3 minutes where I'm like, I've kind of been like, oh, I should sign up, and like, who cares if I get my ass kicked for 3 minutes? But then it's like, no, that like shame seems to like linger.
Oh, yeah.
with
we
you.
talked about it last week. I mean,
Yeah.
for me especially, I mean, I was like, someone said, what's your number? And I was like, it would need to be like my future career earnings, because I think you're dead.
Yeah.
I think anytime
If
you
you
put something
lose.
out, anytime, especially here where you're gonna argue and fight and like if we're busting balls and we're arguing over something, you can always just be like, oh yeah, well you got knocked the fuck out by Simon, and it's like, well, I lose.
There's a gift.
to say after
There's a
that.
gift that will just end you in any
Yes.
argument online.
Every
Yeah,
time.
so that's why.
Like, you
yeah.
can't say shit.
But if you went and fought someone where everyone thought you were gonna lose, and then you lose, then it's not a huge deal.
Well,
You're like,
right.
hey, at least I went and fought.
That's true. It depends on what the matchup is.
Yeah.
And anytime, I mean, even Tex, who like I didn't like, when that all went down, I was like, respect for going through that.
Yeah, it was a lot
and
of
put
fun.
money in my pocket and like, you
Made
know,
the company
appreciate it
money,
all.
yeah.
You know, we're
Yeah,
wrapping
please.
up in a minute, but
Okay.
but like, yeah, I think there are certain circumstances where, you know, fuck it, just let it roll. But I don't know if that would be.
It's not just like the possibility of like
I don't know if that
Dana
would be-
might get knocked out by somebody that's a lot smaller than him. It's also the visual of Dana just wailing on some dude that's like a foot shorter and just so out of shape. Even if he beats the fuck out of him, it doesn't look great.
No,
Like,
no.
he's just
Imagine
he's
that, just
hammering this
bullying
dude.
the
Yeah.
shit out of
Best
some
case
kid.
scenario, you get a meme that's like me and then my meat, and
I don't
that's
know.
it.
Dave should maybe sign this just for that. Just for that fucking
Just
meme
for
right
Dave.
there.
This is that one meme that will live on.
But I think it would put I think it'll put ass in
But
the
even
seats. I
after
think.
Dave said that this fight is not going to happen, Dana's not getting a fight, Dana's making videos of himself being like, I want the fight, like, I'm going to fuck you up.
Yeah,
son.
but look,
And,
how
like,
many times you heard Dana White say that fight's not happening?
That's a good promo.
Maybe
guys.
Dave's
Get the
playing
chirping on
chess.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Like, all right, fine. You
Maybe
can
he
fight.
knows exactly what he's doing.
But they're saying the Super Bowl, like, I mean, who knows when the next Rough and Rowdy will be. I will say, though, that the lesser person almost never wins. Like, the bigger person always wins.
Yep.
Ask Tom Mullins, dude. He knows.
Yeah, I mean, Dana's like considerably bigger than this cat. So, and there is a little. I think people. It's the one time I feel like people would be rooting. Like I think people want to see Pirate Simon get knocked out. So, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. You think that people would be rooting for
I
Simon?
always root for the underdog.
I guess
root
people
for
don't
the
like
knockout
Dana because of
regardless.
that whole beer thing,
Yeah.
like the
There are a lot
personality
of
thing.
people that
so.
don't like Dana just
Yeah.
because like Dana has their dream job.
Yes.
You know, like
Yeah.
Dana's job is to
Okay.
get hammered at work.
Right.
And there are a lot of people that are like, I could do that. But no, you couldn't. You actually couldn't do it as well as Dana does.
No. Dude,
He's
Dana,
very
he,
good.
he slugs whatever he's told to drink. Like
he
a lot
had
of it in a
10
short amount of time.
drinks in our 27-minute cornhole match. It was insane. It was absolutely insane.
And he also
He
puts
was
out good.
burping just nonstop. And then he is always here. Like it's
No,
it's
he
not
never misses.
The
And then-
documentary
and
has
then
great
seen him in
content.
weeks.
Like
Right.
the documentary performed very well. It was very good content. He shoots a lot of Caleb's concussion protocols. Like there's good stuff that he's doing on top of being
Yeah.
He'll
a drunk
tell you he's a marketing
He
genius. which is
invited
annoying, but-
me and PFT to Las Vegas, so I could never say
That's
a
right,
bad word.
that's right.
I did not expect to get the invite, but I guess
Yeah.
like 2 people dropped out.
Yeah.
So,
But he'll drop a tweet a lot of times like, I think I'm gonna black out tonight, and it'll get like a couple thousand likes. And it's like, I did go through a phase in college when I like loved to black out. Like
Yeah.
now it's like my least favorite thing. It's like, fuck, it's a horrible
Hangovers and
feeling
everything.
now when you wake up and you're like, oh, did I black out last night?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's all the rage with college kids. For sure.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, like they're
100%.
drinking.
Dude,
That's
blacking
the
out
play.
is-
Like
yeah,
Friday
that's the
night,
play,
like
black
we're
out.
blacking out. That's it.
Yeah.
You just moved in Hoboken?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's-
Moving today, about to go
Yeah,
do
right.
it.
Did you get the job during quarantine?
Yeah. So I just moved to Indianapolis and I moved to Indianapolis in June, got a director of digital marketing position down there. And then August, Gaz texted me and was like, do you want to come to New York? And I booked a flight and was like, I'm here.
Nice. How did Gaz find you?
So, I mean, I ran the IU account.
Oh, okay. All
And
right.
like I had a show and like all that stuff there. So like we've been in communication.
Yeah.
And I
Sounds
came here in
like
February.
You do the Viceroy thing, and then like
And then-
out of
Yeah.
10,000 accounts, like 10 people stand out, and they come, and then like 5 people stand out from them and get the job.
Yeah,
so it's
that'd
kind
be
of a
so
good
weird,
like
like-
minor league system almost.
Yeah.
Like when you were in college, if they had the Viceroy program, would you be doing it? Like would you think you-
I don't know, man. I always say that like I don't think I would get a job at Barstool now. I think I got
Yeah.
lucky at the timing of it all because I don't think I was that dude. Like I don't think I was like I can build this account and I'm partying and everyone knows me. I was just like kind of a regular ass dude, you know. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I would love to tell you like yeah I would do it and build it and get the job. I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, it's like
Guys
I
be
would
blacking
still
out.
be like make funny content and stuff, but it's
Yeah.
like I don't know if I would want to take the responsibility
Right.
on of like
And there was a
building my
couple times.
college's
I remember
Barstool
like a
account,
couple
and then,
accounts, you know, tweeted something they shouldn't have or
Yeah.
used some language they shouldn't, and they're in trouble. It's just like a risk that I would probably be like, okay, never mind.
Yeah, I just
but
want
it
to
works.
be in college and
Yeah,
And it's
blacked
free
out.
work. A lot of people are like, yo, it's so dope you're working there. How do I do it? And I was like, I worked for free for 5 years
yeah,
before
long time.
I
yeah.
like started this. So
Mhm.
like, you got to be willing to like
yeah.
grind,
not get paid.
differentiate
Yeah.
yourself,
Yeah.
like,
Like,
elevate
stand-
yourself
stand,
above
yeah,
everyone
all that.
else.
What if it
But
was
if
called like
you-
Barstool People's Republic of China? Like, would you be able to build yourself up
Oh, I
that?
could build it in China. Yeah. Just like on a college campus.
What's
I don't
their
know if I
social
would want to
media?
be like the Barstool guy.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, right.
so-
Well,
but,
I'm
I
sure
mean,
it has a perks too, though.
Yeah, no, it definitely
Did
does.
some
I
people know you
mean,
did that?
double vodka
People know you did
Don,
that?
I'll
That's
tell
right.
you.
You
'cause-
guys the Barstool guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like
That's pretty cool.
DVD.
That actually might be pretty
Because I mean,
Yeah,
I worked at the
definitely.
biggest bar down there too, at KOK.
Oh,
So
really?
like,
Oh,
yeah.
so you
So
were,
you were doing
you were the
alright.
man in
You were doing
college.
alright.
Yeah.
I was
You had a good
chilling. I
few
was
years.
chilling. It was
It was pretty dope. Yeah. Yeah. DVD was that
The
dude
DVD,
for-
no, I'm just saying like now that I've met him in person and stuff, I like the guy a lot. But when he was putting out those vids in college,
Oh,
I was
man.
just like, oh god, like
Dude, he was
this guy. I hope I
don't
never
know
have to meet him.
I don't know if anybody
I'd have
has
to
a
whip his
bigger.
ass.
I
Yeah.
don't know if anybody has a bigger discrepancy of like I remember being like the double vodka Don, dude. But then I watched a couple of his videos, and even if they were like cocky and insufferable, I was always like, there is a little something there. And then when I met him, I was like, he's nice, he's hardworking, he's helpful, he's humble. It was like,
Caleb and I
totally
went out
different.
to Ohio State while he was the viceroy there, and I was wearing Penn State gear while they were playing against Ohio State, and we were at a house party, frat party, something like that in the backyard, and I was the only dude in Penn State gear.
Yeah.
And some drunk ass dude came up to me and just was like, "What's up?" and like tried to fight me, shoved me dead in my chest. And Double Vodka Don jumped in right there and was like,
Really?
what's good? Like, is there a problem? And so,
You were
from the beginning, Double Vodka Don had my back, and thus I had his.
And the
back.
whole thing, like, he got pranked when he flew here to interview,
Yeah.
which ended up probably being the best thing that's ever happened.
100% best.
Like, because if he just did a regular interview, who knows? Maybe he gets it, maybe he doesn't. But this whole storyline happened, and then he was cool about it, and like all that shit. So it takes, you gotta like run it and work for free, but you also gotta get a little bit,
right?
Yeah.
It was a fake Dave account.
Yeah, it was
fake.
like a stool presidente with like an I instead of an L. or
Which is
something
also
like
how
that.
Lenny Dykstra came to you.
Yes.
It's probably the same account.
That was honestly the worst. Like that was like the worst Barstool moment ever. It was scary. It was depressing. It was.
He definitely brought a gun.
Washington
in.
Yeah.
Okay,
We're
yeah.
so lucky he didn't just kill somebody.
Yeah.
God, that was a scary
That
time.
was, like everyone's like, "Who the fuck? What's going on?" Like he just like walked
Appeared.
kind of like meandered over to the rundown.
During a
Yes,
rundown.
in the middle of the rundown, and Dave's like, Lenny Dykstra's here. and of course, Lenny's like, yeah, I'm fucking here. What's up? Like, our meeting's now. It's crazy, man. Crazy stuff. So, if you do like sneakers and all that kind of shit, Reggie's now taking care of Kicks in the Office for me. And
Reggie,
so,
can you please tell the people that wearing Nike 720s and 270s are totally normal things to do, and they're not wearing lifts. It's not the same. So even though
Totally doesn't give you 2
even
inches
though
of
I
height.
happen to get an inch and a half on my height and bring me up to a true
Speak your truth.
5'10",
Don't
like,
Platforms are okay. you can wear platforms.
Go check out Rediscovering America, which is, I honestly think, one of the funniest videos on Barstool in years. What's good with you? What we got cooking?
We had this cheesesteak video come out
That's
this
right.
week. That cheesesteak
That's
video.
right.
Go check that
Well,
shit out.
I guess you can't
Chef's
give it away, but
Table-esque, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but
That was
Chef's
very
Table.
sick.
it was
Yeah,
good.
that was like
The first thing I told
Sexy
Ronan is
looking.
like, I don't know who shot this, how it was done, but this is like the coolest looking video that I've seen.
Everyone was like, I bet Michelangelo did it. Anything that looks good, they're like, I bet Michelangelo
Yeah.
did it.
Mike's now full time.
Yes,
For a little
yes.
bit, but congrats,
Can I
man.
plug my
Yeah.
upcoming video with Frank the
Frank,
Tank?
you're going on a whole adventure with Frank,
Yeah,
right?
it's gonna be wild.
Frank is
It's gonna be
pulling
wild.
his like own footage from VHS
college
to digital.
tapes.
Of
He's
what?
got a trove of, I don't know, it's just him in college. But
my
I
God.
wrote a
Wait,
nice
wait,
little
wait,
outline.
wait, wait, wait.
Yeah, you've got a ton of
Frank
VHS
Frank just
videos.
like filming
Frank is
himself
VHS
at like
tapes
parties
Yeah.
and
on your hard
stuff.
drive?
Yeah, I believe so.
Just living. We're
Yes.
gonna get the Frank the Tank reality show.
Oh
from
my
where?
God.
Where
Yeah.
did Frank go to college?
No idea.
Oh my God, I don't care. I'm in.
I'm gonna have to say
I'm
like
in.
NJIT or Rider
Yeah.
University, some Jersey.
Wagner.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
like online from his little basement area.
I
Could just be
mean-
the tapes that he films.
That's.
But we got a
Be
plan.
careful with what we find.
How
there.
long
Yeah.
do we have
Yes, yeah,
for
let's
this?
not get him.
I think he said he needed a couple weeks to transition out of the
Yeah, I bet.
courthouse, and we got to find the proper technology to convert the VHS into digital media.
The
But,
technology is out there, though.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I know.
it can happen.
It's pretty cheap. It'll happen. But
You're a brave man, Mike. You
I'm
are.
pumped.
Yeah.
So I'm teaching him how to edit. I want to inspire him with the passion to like really take editing to the next level. So we're creating a short film, and I asked him what his favorite movies are, and we settled on Wall Street. So we're
Okay.
gonna have Frank be like a high intensity broker, film a couple scenes, and then I'm gonna teach him how to edit his
Frankie
own
Coppola.
scenes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That the latest I think dog review he did where the root beer came out of his nose.
It didn't come out of his nose. It just fell out of his mouth.
Came out of his face.
It did like he didn't spit it. It just fell out of his mouth.
That was, as long as he's not
Almost
losing
died.
teeth. I love when bad things happen to Frank.
Yes.
I would
Green is
though,
good.
to your point, I would watch any movie remade with only Frank the Tank playing the parts.
Yeah.
Like, it can
Talk
only
about
get better.
holograms.
Could be a
and
whole
shit,
series.
deepfakes. Just put Frank
That'd be
in all
incredible.
sorts of content.
That would be
Of
incredible.
course, pardon my take, and you know, you guys are dominating, right?
Well, one thing that we got coming out, I was just thinking earlier today, like I'm going to start calling things like no matter what it is. If it's like a different type of dog, I'm gonna say, what flavor of dog is that?
Okay. Totally get it.
Yeah, that's just something
Totally
like off the top,
understand.
off the dome. I got some big stuff cooking on that.
Does it only apply to dogs?
Yeah, well, no, it could be like
Like
what,
ethnicities? Can I say like what flavor are you?
No.
That's good. If you walk up to a girl and be like, yo, baby, what flavor?
When you say it, that sounds cool as shit. When I say it, it's like, you better shoot me.
Arrest this man.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for us. Shout out to Miller Lite, episode 30 in the books. Go to MillerLite.com/FNP. Get Miller Lite delivered right to your door. Celebrate responsibly. Thank you guys as always. We'll see you next week for 31.
Best use of the bar.
Cheers.
At
I'm
the
gonna hit you
company.
with a little YouTube sabermetrics, okay? Only 15% of people who watch the videos on the KFC Radio channel are actually subscribed. That means
you fucking lurkers. I'm
Right?
tired. Yeah, I'm
free,
tired of lurkers.
85% freeloaders.
Retweet, like, fucking heart on Instagram.
Rate, review, subscribe.
If you enjoy content, double tap it.
Literally,
Double tap to subscribe.
just click. It doesn't. I think you only have to click it once, not even double.
Well, okay,
just
fine.
one click.
But I'm not a mathematician. Just a one click works. If that's what
Because
it is.
I don't want. If you double click, you might subscribe and then unsubscribe.
Oh, true.
So just one
well,
click.
then 3 clicks.
3 clicks to subscribe, because otherwise, I mean, it literally doesn't affect you at all, and it will basically make our careers so much better.
Oh,
Please
so much
fucking
better.
do it.
Oh, you'll get us so good.
Please.
You'll get us going
Come
so
on.
good. 85% of you. Triple
Don't
like.
be poor.
Triple the thing. The subscribe thing.
Smash that button, as they say.